Hello and welcome to another episode of Moose's Gear Goo Review. Today we'll be doing another knife review, and that is for the Byrd Tern. The Byrd Tern. Take a look real quick. The Byrd Tern, I'm going to give you some specs on this little bad boy. And honestly, this is a pretty cool knife for the price. And it's something kind of unique that I think a lot of people might want in their collection. Boom. So the Byrd Tern, the overall length is 6.375 inches. The blade length is 2.75 inches. The cutting edge is 2.125 inches. The blade material on this little guy is 8CR13 MOV. It's a satin finish, plain edge blade. The handle length is 3.625 inches. The weight on this guy is very nice, sitting around 1.7 ounces. And it is a manual slip joint knife. So now, if you guys don't know what a slip joint knife is, it's kind of the old school way a lot of pocket knives used to be. And basically, it's known as a slip joint locking mechanism, I guess. So if you ever had like your old school Swiss Army knives, those are slip joints. And basically all it is traditionally there is a square tang to the blade, and it would sit against the flat. And so when you'd open it up the one way, it's like rolling a square block. And so you'd open up the one way, and it'd stop when it hit 90 degrees, and then it'd stop again when it hit the full opening position, or 180 degrees. This, on the other hand, has Spyderco's a different way, which has notches kind of milled into the tang. So it rolls a little better, then it locks into one of those notches, and then it locks into the other one. But basically, there's no actual liner lock or back lock mechanism, and you can open it and close it carefully with one hand. Though it does have the double stop when you're closing, so it's best to do it two-handed. Now, these knives with the slip joint mechanism are often a must if you want to carry a knife in certain foreign countries. Specifically, I believe this blade itself is legal in the United Kingdom or England. They have laws where you can't have any locking blades, as well as some other European countries like Denmark, I believe, also has laws like that. But they have other specific laws. And depending on the country in Europe, they allow certain locking mechanisms and certain blade shapes. This, on the other hand, is kind of Spyderco's Birdline version of the Spyderco penknife, UK penknife, which is a UK legal knife. Now, when I looked at this knife and I compared it to the other knife, specifically the Spyderco UK penknife, it's similar in shape and design. They both have the wire pocket clip, both have the slip joint mechanism, both have overall kind of the same look. And I don't own one of the UK penknives, but you can look it up yourself. But I would say that this is the overall better deal. The only difference between those is that the UK penknife might have a better blade steel, but this has a G10 handle scale, which the UK penknife doesn't. Plus, I believe it has the forward finger choil, which gives you a little bit better control and hold up. You can like bite up on it, but I could be wrong. But for sure, the handle material is nicer. That being said, it's a full flat ground blade, has the bird eye opening. It's a fairly thick stock for a knife this small, and it tapers down to a fine edge, so any fine controlled cutting, fine tip cutting, you can cut and make squiggles, whatever. So it's pretty awesome. The knife itself is nice and sharp. And for a knife this size, the 8CR13 blade steel is a decent steel for it. You know, you're not going to be doing much more with a knife this size other than, you know, cutting open boxes, cutting some cardboard, which this does a great job with as well. So, piece of cake. So, just a quick cutting demonstration. Boom. All right. And plus, this one, I believe, compared to the other knives, it has this awesome deep carry pocket clip. Now, if you haven't used any of the Spyderco Slip-It pocket clips before, these wire pocket clips are just fantastic. They slide in and out of pockets easier than anything else. And this one is a deep carry, so all you're going to see when you have it in is maybe just like 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch of the blade, and even then, you know, it's small. It's reversible pocket clip, so it's right side, left side, tip up only. The other thing is, because there is no like liner lock mechanism, there's no need for liners. So it keeps the weight down. So there's no liners in this knife. And then two, it also keeps the profile of it very slim. So it's a very slim knife, which makes it really a treat to carry in pocket. The jimping on it is really solid. Your hand locks into place. And it's just a fun, unique knife for a really good price. Now, the price on this I've seen, you know, on different retailers for under $30, and most of them are under $25. So if you want a good, nice, simple knife under $25, check this bad boy out, the Byrd Tern. The other thing, if you know you're going to be traveling abroad to the UK or any other country and you're unsure of if you could bring your standard blade, just play it safe and get one of these, because more than likely you will be in a restricted carry location, and this one should for sure meets the requirements for London and probably a handful of other European countries, so you'd want to pack that in your suitcase. That being said, we'll compare it to a couple other knives just to give you some reference. We have the Cryo G10. We also have the Byrd Crow 2 right here. And we have the Benchmade North Fork. Okay, boom. If you can see that. So, as you can see, it's pretty similar in size as far as handle length goes to the Crow 2, the North Fork, and the Cryo G10. I'd say the North Fork and the Cryo G10 both have slightly longer blades. Say the North Fork is the longest blade out of them, and it's actually about the same size blade as the Crow 2. That being said, we'll look at the thickness. As you can see, the thickness of the blade is about the same as the North Fork. It's maybe just a hair thinner, if not the same, as the Cryo G10. And then the Byrd Crow 2 is definitely thicker. Now, once we close these, we can just see how thick they are compared. The Byrd Crow 2 is a good amount thicker. The Cryo G10 is also a thicker width, and then the North Fork is also thick. So if you want that nice deep carry slim ride in your pocket, this guy's pretty awesome. Plus, with this stainless steel back spacer, when you put your hand in to go through it, your hand just glides along this, and it's like it guides your hand into your pocket. So there's no hot spots or any kind of resistance or friction or abrasion on your hand when you slide your hand into your pocket with this in your pocket. That being said, we have one last test left, and that is the ugly brown glove test. So you got the knife, I got the glove. This test, if for somebody who works with gloves or needs to try to use this in the cold, if it works, as you can see, I can open it, carefully close it. Now the nice thing with that forward finger choil is my finger's already there to block the blade from closing on my hand, so all I have to do is tip it past that first point, hit the second, get my thumb around, and then close. I will say it's a little bit harder to open one-handed just because it has that middle stop. So it's boom, boom. And this is definitely not a knife that you're going to be able to flick open. Or if you can, it's a little bit tricky. But there you have it, guys. HCR 13 MOV blade steel, Byrd Tern. Check it out. I really like this knife. It's really smooth, and it would work as a gentleman's carry because it's simple, very sleek and sexy. It's a good knife to have, and it's a fun knife to have in the collection, just to have something different. So check it out, the Byrd Tern. Give me a like. You can like, subscribe, comment, and check out the eye in the upper right-hand corner there. Oops. And I will try to put some links in there to some of these other knife reviews that I have. And yeah, check it out. Once again, Moose's Gear Goo Review. Have a great night.